Yes, my dear students, my name is Mr. Emmanuel Charles from Edukea Tanzania. Welcome again in this session. Today we want to see tourism in geography. This is the topic which is found in Form 2 syllabus. So let us see what is tourism, the concept of tourism, types of tourism, the importance of tourism, disadvantage of tourism, and the solutions of tourism in any country. But today we shall use our country Tanzania and the case studies. First of all, you need to know the meaning of tourism. So what is tourism, my dear students? Tourism, as it is written on the chalkboard, tourism is the movement of people from one place to another place, for studies or for pleasure. So, it's the movement of people from one place to another place for studies or for pleasure. So, the movement of people from one place to another place, either for studies or for leisure, that is what we call tourism in a simple way. So, tourism also in any country has been conducted in a different ways or in a different manner. And mostly people are moving from one place to another place so that they can learn a new things or they can get a new knowledge from the environments where they have visited. Example, here in Tanzania, we have different national parks, we have different resources where people can go and enjoy. Take an example, we have Mikumi National Park, we have Serengeti National Park, and other national parks, of which is an attraction of tourism, whereby there in the national parks, people could learn either by looking or by sitting in a group and discussing the different issues or changing an idea. Example, in the national park there is different animals like buffalo, giraffe, lion, and elephant. So through that, people need to make tourism so that even they can refresh their minds because of the different obstacles that they meet in the place. So in the simple way, as I have said, tourism is the movement of people from one place to another place for studies or for pleasure. Therefore, tourism needs people to make interaction and change idea due to the interaction. This tourism has been as the driving force which makes people to come into the contact or to come together to make interaction and to share ideas from one place to another place. People can meet or they can be from the same country, either in the city of Dar es Salaam or in the city of Dodoma or in another city, and then they can travel from one city to another city or one city to the certain national park. They can go there for studies or for leisure. So by doing so, that is what we call tourism. My dear students, let us enjoy the class or let us do the session. Please pay your attention so that we can understand each other. So after looking at that, let us see the types of the classification of tourism. My dear students, we have only two types of tourism in the world, and therefore there are two types of tourism. There is international tourism and the external tourism. Internal tourism, or sometimes it is called domestic tourism. This domestic tourism, what is domestic tourism, my dear students? Domestic tourism, this is the types of tourism which is taking place within a particular country or within a country. People can move from one region to another region for studies or for leisure. That is what we call domestic tourism or internal tourism. Example, people may move from Dar es Salaam to Mikumi National Park, which is found in Morogoro, and then can go there to enjoy, either for studies or for leisure or for looking at different animals that are found. Refresh their minds. So that is what we call domestic tourism or internal tourism, as it is written here. This Is it? This is the type of tourism whereby people within the country move from one place to another place for pleasure or studies. Example, people may move from Dar es Salaam to Mikumi National Park for studies. External tourism. This is a type of tourism whereby people move from one country to another country, either for leisure or for studies. So, therefore, I need to make more clarification or more elaboration so that everybody can differentiate the meaning of internal tourism and external tourism. External tourism, this is the type of tourism whereby people move from one nation to another nation, or from one country to another country, or from one continent to another continent for the purpose of refreshing their minds, for pleasure, or move for studies. Example here, people, they can move from Kenya to Tanzania. People may move. Yes, my dear student, I was speaking about the difference between internal tourism and external tourism. That internal tourism, this I have said, is a type of tourism whereby people within the country are moving from one place to another place for pleasure, leisure, or studies. But external tourism, this is the types of tourism whereby people move from one nation to another nation for studies, leisure, or pleasure. So by doing that, that is what differentiates internal tourism and external tourism. So therefore, let us see the general meaning of internal tourism. This is the type of tourism whereby people move from one country to another country for studies. Example, people from Kenya to Tanzania, this is one of the example. Or sometimes people may move from Europe to Africa, or from Asia to Africa. So that is what you call external tourism. And this tourism in general has a number of advantages or importance in any country, whereby tourism has been used as the key factors which influence the development of the country or raise the economy of the country. So after looking at that, let us see the importance or function or advantage of tourism in any country. Okay. Let us use case study in Tanzania. The first point is it providing employment opportunity. Today we see there is mostly people who are specialized in tourism so that they can work in the national parks or in the institution that has been created, in the institution that has been located there in the national park, whereby they function there according to the way of directions, maybe to receive people who are going there for studies or leisure or pleasure. So through that, tourism are there for the creation of employment opportunity for the people. So, my dear students, tourism provides employment opportunity. Number two, tourism increases the foreign currency. It is true, my dear students, that tourism increases the national currency. This after people. Let us continue with the external tourism. External tourism, this is the types of tourism whereby people move from one nation to another nation for studies, pleasure, or for leisure. This external tourism, it is an international tourism whereby people can move from their country to the other countryside for studies or pleasure. So therefore, this external tourism has been pulling at the economic factor, whereby many nations or different nations earning some amount of money from those people who are coming within the country for studies, pleasure, or for leisure. And in most cases, these people has been moving from one nation to another nation, especially to go for those areas which is very conducive, for those areas which is very warm and very, very attractive. Example, in Mikumi National Park, in Ngorongoro National Park, and the other places where they can go to study or for leisure. So after looking at that, people may move from Kenya to Tanzania, or people may move from Europe to Africa for studies, because in Africa, because the African continent is the blessed continent, or is a beautiful continent, which consists of each and everything. There is national parks, there is Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, there is each and everything which people need to come and see, so that they can enjoy and they can go back to narrate to their relatives. So today, after looking at that, let us see the importance of tourism. You know, tourism has played many functions in the country and the whole world in general. So after looking at types of tourism, let us start with the first importance or function of tourism in the world. It provides employment opportunity. Tourism provides employment opportunity through those people who are specialized in the tourist sector. So people who are specialized in tourism sector, or as a tour guides, so they have employed in the different institutions which have built for the receiving of tourists who are coming either within the country or outside the country for studies or for leisure in those areas. So people get employment opportunity there. Example, there is hotel there, also there is even the looking of the general areas where people go there and to study. So people should be there to guide these people who go there for studies, or to guide these people who visit those areas, so that they can enjoy and to be directed where they should go and where they should not go because of the different reasons. The second is tourism increase the foreign currency. This is true, my dear students, that tourism increases foreign currency through paying money. Example, people from Europe or people from Western countries, when they visit in Africa or when they visit in Tanzania, they come with their own money, either dollar or euro. So when they come with those money, the country receive, or the country get the foreign currency, whereby that foreign currency contribute for the development of the country after being exchanged, of which it increase the national income. So by receiving that national income, the nation or the country now start to provide the social services like water, health services, and to build even another sectors which is very essential, like financial institution, that all are the end product of tourism in the country. So after looking at that, let us see another point, which is it improves the living standard of the people. This living standard of the people is improved after people to be employed in the tourism sector, whereby people at the end of the month they receive salary, and that salary now people decide to improve their lives either by building good houses or by providing all services at the house, at their home, or by buying all the basic needs of the human life, for example, food, shelter, clothes, and others. So by doing that, the presence of tourism in the country pull up or push the life of the people until it will be improved. And after looking at that, let us see point number 4, which it increases the national income. It is true, after receiving the foreign currency, the nation increases its national income. So through the national income, now people can get social services because the nation has money. So now the nation decided to distribute that amount of money in the respective area, so that those areas can be considered to ensure that there is social services like clean water, good health center, schools, car, electricity, and etc. And point number 5, it promotes other sectors available in the country. Other sectors, it is like financial institution in Tanzania. Financial institution in Tanzania also has been promoted with this sector because after the tourists come to visit or to come in the country, now they donate to the institution, like the financial institution, like example BOT or NMB, CRDB, to change their money so that they can get a shilling that can be used in our country in the simple way. So through that, other sectors are being promoted. My dear student, let us look point number 6. Point number 6, it improves both social service and infrastructure. This is true that after the coming of tourism in the country now, water supplies and health center, roads, and the others are improved because tourism is one of the sectors which collects a high amount of money through revenues or through money paid by this tourist in the tourist sector. So by doing that, the tourist sector collected that money and sent to the respective area or to the government, whereby now the government distributes that amount of money in different development program or development sector, like infrastructure sector, social services, and the others. So after looking point number 6, let us see point number 7, which is it contributes the national to be known international. The national is become now familiar globally. So because as people come from different nations to visit the country like Tanzania, example in Morogoro, Mikumi National Park, people are coming from different area in Manyara, in Ngorongoro, and the other national parks. When people also Mwanza and Sanane, when people come from different nations, example people people may move from Malawi, people move from the Western nations, people move from Asians there. So after coming here in Tanzania, they go direct to the different national parks, whereby those national parks now, they take pictures and they post it in different mass medias, of which now the country is being announced internationally, and to contribute now to pull up most number of tourists to move from those nations to Tanzania, so that now the country can receive higher amount of money from the tourists. Thank you, my dear students, for listening to my session.